everyone, welcome to day 5 of my 5 days of essential wellness, and today it's all about musculoskeletal health. So this is something that I've got quite a lot of personal experience about, and it's something that I feel quite passionate about, that we really need to sort of look after ourselves well, especially as we get older and we get subject to more aches and pains. So about 20 years ago, I literally couldn't walk without pain. I had pain all the time. I had pain when I was in bed. I felt like my knees were going to implode on themselves. I'd seen it had all come around with sort of running injuries with my knees and my ankles from when I was in the RAF. And I'd seen rheumatologists and orthopedic surgeons, and everyone was just like, there's nothing we can do. You're just going to have to do a sedentary job. You know, you can have physio, but you know, it's just going to get worse. You'll never be able to run again. And I'm not the sort of person that just takes that. And I literally went away and looked at what I could do to help myself and to support my, my well-being. And I got back to running, and I'd had peaks and troughs. I ran the London Marathon, then couldn't run again for 5 years, but built it up. And it was my dogs getting me back into Canicross that got me running again, and built it up really slowly, and had all these strategies and techniques. And but I had to accept that I would have what I would call bad leg days, where I literally would be in pain walking, and just lying in bed at night thinking, oh my goodness, that's so painful. But what's absolutely incredible is, as my runnings increased, certainly over the last couple of years, and my age has unfortunately increased, my actual pain and has actually decreased. And this year I can't even think of a single bad leg day that I've had. And I really put that down to sort of all the preventative things that I'm doing, and I'm going to talk to you about some of those now. Now, the key really when you do have aches and pains is to have an anti-inflammatory diet. A lot of what we eat, particularly meat products, are very pro-inflammation. And we want a diet that's rich in antioxidants to scoop up the free radicals that cause inflammation. And inflammation is at the root of pretty much every problem that we get in the body, and particularly pain. And so it's really important to have good nutrition. Now, it's not always enough to just have this brilliant diet. And I spoke about that on day 1, how I had this wonderful whole food plant-based diet, loads of green veg, green smoothies, and still I wasn't feeling right. And then suddenly I started taking some supplements and felt so much better. And so these are the supplements that I really recommend. I've written a blog post on it, which I will post in this group, because the problem with having all our fruit and veggies, the soil fertility. So I was eating a wonderful organic fruit and veg diet, but we haven't got the fertility in our soil because of modern farming methods, which is why we're getting a lot of flooding and all the good soils being washed away, because it's only the top 18 inches that's being turned over by the plough. It decreases biodiversity, and the underneath is like concrete, and so you're just not getting the yield, you're not getting the fertility in the soil, and so you're not getting the nutrients in the plants. And they do estimate that in about 50 years our soil fertility will be zero unless practices are changed. And there is a movement, look up soil conservation. But these are the long life vitality supplements, and they are just absolutely fantastic. They come in a vegan and a non-vegan version, so I obviously have the vegan ones. But they're really rich in antioxidants, and what that means is that you are having, contributing towards an anti-inflammatory diet, and they help, scoop up all those free radicals. And we've actually got a fantastic program that we're running starting on the 18th. It's called Cleanse.Restore.Renew, and it's a lifestyle program that's aimed at sort of addressing any lifestyle concern that you have, whether you want to reduce your pain, whether you want to improve your response to stress, whether you want to lose weight or just get yourself on a good diet. We've got this program's designed to make those lifestyle changes. And the supplements do feature in it, but also anyone who enrolls this month for the program will actually get these free in February with their next order. So that's pretty amazing, because they are an absolutely brilliant supplement. And so I really recommend them. They're absolutely fantastic, and they've made a massive difference to my health, as I mentioned on day 1. Now, the other supplement that I take, I don't actually take this regularly because I don't need to. One of my dogs is on it regularly, and if you caught my video the other day on you know, helping dogs that have got arthritis, then this certainly featured. But I do have this when I have a bad leg day. But in actual fact, what I've used it for this year was my shoulder, because I've got 3 Springer Spaniels who are walked on the left side of my stroller, and spaniels really only have kind of 2 speeds, fast and asleep. And so I've had a jar, you know, my shoulder was really jarred, really painful, so I was taking the Deep Blue to just give me that extra boost of antioxidants in addition to the lifelong vitality supplements, to really get that shoulder back going. And it's I mean, I'm not even suffering any pain with it now. It's absolutely fantastic. And what these have in it was they have frankincense, which is a really great anti-inflammatory, turmeric, which is the curcumin component of turmeric, which is another great anti-inflammatory. It's got green tea, pomegranate, resveratrol, and grape seed oil, and these are really brilliant. So this is a potent antioxidant, and it's been designed to really support your musculoskeletal system and give you those boost of antioxidants when you're in that sort of inflammatory state. So it's an absolutely great product to have in addition. And the other products, so just to tell you another one that I quite like, that's another internal product, is turmeric oil. Now, the turmeric that's in there is curcumin, and this is turmerone. So turmeric itself, the plant, has 2 components to it, which is curcumin and turmerones. And so the oil is rich in turmerones and the powder is rich in curcumin. And both of them are powerful anti-inflammatories, and the bioavailability of the oil is actually better than the powder, but because of the way the supplement's made, you get a good absorption there of the curcumin component. So I love this oil. So this is one of my favorite treats, is when I come back from a Canicross run and I'm wet, especially now when it's wet, muddy, and I'm cold, I'll always have a warm plant milk with some turmeric in it and a little bit of nectar syrup, and I might put a little bit of ginger and cinnamon, and it makes the most gorgeous turmeric sort of latte. And it's really great for supporting your musculoskeletal health and giving yourself an anti-inflammatory boost to soothe those aching muscles. Also really nice in a smoothie as well. I'm a big fan of smoothies, and just 1 drop in there really helps. It's a really great one to help prevent the delayed onset of muscle soreness as well, which you may be familiar with, where you feel fine and then the day after or the next day you're suddenly really stiff from that exercise that you did a couple of days before. So turmeric's really good for that. And then a couple of topical ones. So these are both brilliant, and I use them both, and I kind of use them sometimes together, sometimes separately, and sometimes I just go with whatever I'm sort of feeling the need for. So Aroma Touch is a beautiful sort of soothing blend, and it's a blend of basil, grapefruit, cypress, marjoram, lavender, and peppermint, and it's very calming and soothing. So I particularly like putting it in my bath water, and I tend to use this quite a lot anyway, particularly on my shoulders, just as a daily oil that I mix with fractionated coconut oil and apply over my shoulders, particularly neck and the backs of my shoulders, but I'll also put it on my legs as well. And it's really great. It's got analgesic properties in it because all the blends in it are quite anti-inflammatory. So it's a really soothing one to help you relax after you've done a bit of a strenuous workout, or just had a bit of a hard day at work, to be honest, when you've got those aching calves. And the other one I really like is Deep Blue. This is the absolute business. Okay, it's a really potent blend, and pretty much it comes in an oil or it comes in a rub. People, when they try it, are like, oh my goodness. It's a really interesting blend. So it's got wintergreen in it, which has got cortisone-like properties. Camphor, peppermint, ylang-ylang, blue tansy, German chamomile, helichrysum, and osmanthus. And they all either relaxing or potent sort of have a potent anti-inflammatory action, which gets right where it needs to get on those muscles. So when I get home from a run, after I've had my shower, I'll apply this with some fractionated coconut oil just in the palm of my hand. You can apply it neat, but when you apply it with some oil, it keeps it closer on the surface for longer, so it gives it a chance to absorb right into where it's needed. And I'll rub it right in. So I usually do it at a 1-to-1 drop dilution. It's really nice. It's really nice soothing your feet, actually. Both Aroma Touch are as well. One of the things we did a Canicross run last winter down in South Wales, and there was literally like an ice bath to go through because one of the fields was flooded, and it was just absolutely ice on the surface. I had to pick up little Evie, my little Springer, to carry her through, and I got back into my camper van and I had my shower, but my feet were still numb, so I literally had them in a bowl of water, and I had like some Deep Blue in it to warm them up, because a lot of people find Deep Blues quite cooling, so it is brilliant to have after a run. I actually find it has more of a warming element, but it's just the way it affects different people. But I will often apply this before a run as well, just to assist my muscles, because I'm really paranoid. I tore a hamstring a few years ago, so I'm really paranoid in the winter because I take ages to warm up. I am the sort of girl that I'm going out, I have thermal running leggings on, I have thermals underneath my running leggings, and at least 3 tops, and that's in weather like, so yeah, I really suffer. So this is really brilliant. So like I said, I use it pre and post run. So actually, an Aroma Touch this month is actually 10% off, so it's a really, really great deal. So as I said, we've got this brilliant program called Cleanse.Restore.Renew. It's run by myself and 3 other wellness advocates. So obviously I'm a doctor, and then as a paramedic, an ICU nurse, and a nurse turned nutritional therapist. So it's a great program. Whatever it is you want, we've got 4 different levels. You can do it for 1, 2 or 3 months. It's to suit all budgets, all needs, and we've just finished compiling the recipe book, which I have to say I think is pretty good. So do get in touch if you've got any questions, and hope you're all feeling well, and please stay safe and follow the guidance. Take care everyone. Bye.